Alright, here we go. 28 of those. We're going to want that. We are going to need to upgrade the weak blood orb as well. That's going to be something that needs to be done sooner rather than later. But for the first thing we need to do is not use that, is just use our bare fisties and pop these all the way out. All the way down here, and similarly down here. This is interesting because I'm not seeing any block lag on my when I've been having lag before. I've been getting block lag, so I think I might need to do a reboot at some point of my entire PC, not the game, because I haven't rebooted it for, well, weeks, if I'm honest. I'm terrible at rebooting my PC. 27, there's one more down there, that's all 28. Now, place basic runes in here for starters. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah, blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah, and blah blah blah. This, however, is not a tier 3, a tier 4 altar, I should say. It's still a tier 3 altar. The reason for that is it doesn't have the bits in this corner. Now I need to double check with the positioning of those, but these are these 4 of these items here, along with whatever we use as a column for those. So I'm going to just dump those in there for a second and go and have a look. What have I got? How much of this? I see, I really haven't got much of that at all. Suppose we could use, we've got a fair amount of those. They might get away with it if we use a chisel version, just to keep the dark theme going. Quite like that. That worked as a thing. I just need to get the heights sorted out. So let me get those, and I'll be back in a sec. All right, it's 4. 4 up. From there, we'll give you a tier 4 altar. Now, it really does not matter what those blocks are. You can see we're a tier 4 altar already, but we can actually take these blocks out entirely and it should still be a tier 4 altar. It's only bothered about the positioning of those. So what we've decided to put in here is entirely up to us. In fact, I've got an idea that I might try something in a moment. Just let me yeah, let me just go and have a look at materials, and I shall be back in a sec. Alright, if that's not going to freak you out, nothing is. We managed to bring the angels through and get them in redstone for the blood altar. It's a little bit too red, but obviously we can't make them out of, we can only make them out of vanilla materials. Can't say that I dislike it though. I say we can't make it a bit too red, but we can't. Can I do anything with these and chisel? I'm not entirely sure. I'll find out. Bloop. No, we can't. Well, there you go. But it's not like we were short of redstone at all. And that can go back in there, and we'll just stick those 2 bits of chiseled stuff over there, and that can go in there, and that can go in there. So we have a tier 4 altar. So what does that actually mean to us as a player right now? Well, we remember we are looking towards getting teleposers. So we need to be able to make a teleposer itself, which uses ender pearls, gold, and teleposition focus. Teleposition focus uses a tier 4 altar and 2000 life with an ender pearl. So we need basically 4, 5, 6 ender pearls and a bit of life. We've got 6 ender pearls, that's not a problem. And let me just double check. I need 2 of those, and we need, hang on, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ender pearls. Can't count. But I only need to use, hang on, let me get this right. I need 1 for 2, 2 for those. One for, and you only need 1 of those, don't I? 1 of those and 2. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so it's 7, but I only need 3 of them to be blood magicked and stabbed to my finger for. Right, let me get that going. Now, the thing is, this is a thing that keeps getting nerfed. So we have to be aware that this may not work after all of this. However, we are going to need 6,000 life, so that's nearly 2,000 life, isn't it? Yep. And then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Always cautious around about the bottom here, because if I get... Oh, me... hang on. I went to the nether. 10. So that should be 4,000. Yes, it is. So we'll munch a bit of food. Well, let's just do one of these. And so we get the... so that goes in. We let it cook for 2,000 life points. And once it's done, we are good to go. Bang. Teleposition focus. Right, how are we there? We've still got 2,000. We still need to get some... Why is that not... Oh, it is regenerating just very slowly. Oh, there we go. We're getting a bit of... Yeah, we're getting... block lag. I can see a hell of a lot of block lag. I'm going to have to do some lag goggles again after I've done this bit to find out what's going on, because I really do not know what is causing this lag. I mean, that was 70,000 milliseconds of lag. There's something going on wrong, something very wrong, but yeah, I'll get this bit done. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I have no idea what to think. The only thing I can think of, these one event, which is an event handler saying the Between Lands is taking a large amount of things, but I'm not in the Between Lands. I don't know if anybody on the server went to the Between Lands, but, you know, it's a possibility. Although not necessarily the highest possibility in the world. Let me get a boot on. Boot-ons are always good. My first blood magic button. I want to waste a level. That kind of a throwback to a period in the past when I managed to use this on my teleposers. Yeah, we've got issues here. On my teleposers, I managed to use the same button over and over and over again. Right through the series, I actually had the same button, and I can't remember the actual what I said about it. It says, this is my button, there are many buttons like it, but this button is mine, or something along those lines, after the old, this is my rifle line, the old Marini thing. Now, what I need is some kind of spawner. I cannot think, well, unfortunately, because I brought myself from the server, all of my map has now gone. But if I can hunt around for a Thumbcraft, what the... Ice Wraith? Is that mine? Must have been from when I... Oh, okay. Or maybe it wasn't. Ah! He's still here. Something strange going on. Alright. Well, it's definitely not one of mine. It's a naturally spawning ice race. I didn't even think that was possible. Anyway, what I need now is, and to be honest, I would settle for a cave spider spawner if any spawner that is available for teleposition, basically, would be perfect. What we'll do, we'll have a look under this tree. It's already been looted. This is of course always going to be the issue, is finding a spawner that's not. If I can find a hill, that's a friendly wizard, so yeah, we'll not bother with him right now. What I really want more than anything in the whole wide world is a spawnerer. So I'm going to hunt around, try and find one, and I shall be back with you in a moo. Alright, found one. I'm lagging like hell, and I think I'm going to have to do something fairly extreme if I'm at this rate, but what I'm going to do is going to break that, and hopefully that won't completely kill me. Lag. Yeah. What have we got there that we don't need? I've lit up around the tree, so we should be good. We don't need you. We don't need you. We certainly don't need doggy armor. We probably don't want dirt. Definitely don't want wheat. And what we want to do, and what I should have done before I set off, was actually do this, but there we go. We'll pop you down here. And we are going to stick a button on the side, and we're going to take this. I'm just also going to very quickly on the map put a new, that'll do me, save, exit. Right, now the solution I have for the problem we are experiencing, there's another spawner over here, well, there's another tree which may or may not have a spawner under it. It looks to be intact, so that's good. So I could get 2 spawners out of that little thing. The solution that I'm thinking of to solve this particular problem of mine of lag is, the suggestion is that there is somewhere in the world there's something pouring items out, some automated thing, something, chicken farm, you name it, whatever it is. That's what the suggestion is. Now, I have seen lag like this with massive amounts of entities. The lag goggles are not helping at all. I don't want that over here. Let me just put this safely out of the way, shall we? Say here for now. So, because we're no longer a server-based thing, that's just we got that one. Right, that should have now got some coordinates. It does. Because we're a server-based routine, or no longer server-based, I don't have to worry about everybody else's bases. So I can work out which region files spawn is in, and I can work out which region files my old base is in if I really wanted to. I'm not that bothered. And I can work out which region files my current base occupies. And I can basically delete the rest of the world, and it will regenerate. The downside to doing that is simply that it will obviously regenerate any dungeons and treasures and stuff that we've previously found, which for the most part is actually not that serious an issue. Alright, in you go. Let me check what my life points are like. So I've got no idea how much. I've got 4,200 life. This could hurt. Or not. It's trying. Is the lag the issue? Or what? See, it's saying that this aura, Thorncraft, I've got an error message there. Aura's taking longer in dimension. Do I need to do... Alright, we're going to try the upgraded one, the 3x3 then. That is not a problem. I have had a problem where you had to use the upgraded one. It didn't like doing that on the top, so that's where we'll go next. But I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to delete out all the region files around, with the exception of those that my base uses, and see if that helps. I can always keep a backup of the world. I've got a backup of the world actually as it was after I downloaded it from the server, so we've got backup after backup after backup, really. And that's probably the takeaway message whenever you're doing anything like this, is make sure you back everything up before you do it, because things are a long time deleted. Right, I need to work out how we upgrade this. Let me see what that is, and also what my region files are. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Now if I put you into here in a tier 4 with 10,000 life, I can get an enhanced. Well, we've got the right altar, we just need to fill it. But I'm not doing that with this amount of lag. Let me get myself sorted out. Again, I shall be back in a mo. Alright, I have deleted all the chunks other than the ones we're in. There's no crispy base anymore, no even Eli's base anymore. I've deleted all the dimensions except for the overworld, the nether and the end, because obviously we've been to those. And I'm just in the process now of filling this up to upgrade this beastie. So we need 2,000 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 2,000. Gives me a full 10,000. Let that cook, because it's going to take a while, and we can see whether this upgraded blood altar, sorry, teleposition focus, will move a well, that actually didn't take that long at all, did it? Will move a spawner. If it doesn't, well, we're stuffed. the movement of spawners is probably not going to be something we can do, in which case we're going to have to come up with something else. And I'm not entirely sure what. We've got no, as far as I'm aware, we've got no mob capturing facility. You know what I've gone and done, haven't you? I've gone and deleted the teleposer. I am going to have, yeah, this is me being stupid. I'm going to bear with me a second. And I know this is naughty, but you know, it's have one of those. And I've lost my button as well. If I've got them, then I'll bin that, but I don't think they will be there. Okay, let's now go and see about this this spawner, which was over this way. It will still be marked on the map, it just won't have generated, so I will also destroy all of the loot from that particular tree if it's in fact there, and if it's in fact not. I mean, it may still be in the same region file. It's a possibility. Region, yes, it is still in the same region file. Excellent, well, that's good. In which case, bye bye. Man of my word, man of my word. And we should now, you know what I've not done? Fortunately, this is, it's not that far away. I forgot to, and we can fly, which is a real bonus. I forgot to bind this into a target, which was kind of stupid, but there you go. So we're going to bind you to the focus here. Are you bound? No, we'll give you a shift there. Now you're bound. Okay, and we'll hope that we have enough life to do this. This could be fatal. If I'm not, it's a long time since I've used one of these and done this, so knowledge of the required amount of life points necessary to telepose that far is yeah, well, it's not perfect, shall we say. Ready? No. Is it because I've not got enough life? I mean, you have a target. Try something. I think it might be because we've not got enough life. Or, no, because it should work either way, shouldn't it? mean, it is patently, well, it's not even trying now. I'm going to go and see whether increasing the amount of life points we have in there makes any difference. I also think we can, let's just try something. Try a few things here. Let me take this and that and bind it to this coordinate, and then also make sure that this coordinate is chunk loaded, and we can always come back and unchunk load it because it's close enough. And then let's try doing it the other way round. At least then if it doesn't work, I'm close to base, so I can then go and, you know, fill up my life pool with a little bit of juice and see if that's the case. It might just be failing because there's just not enough juice in the pot. Or it could be because they're not chunk loaded. I mean, there's any number of things that it could be. And it's not that. It's still not working, so why? But it didn't work with normal blocks. Let us try and feed my life pool a bit. See whether that helps. Back in a moment. Alright, so it appears to be related to life points. I have hit a snag that my current orb only has a capacity of 5000 LP, so we do need to upgrade that. But I just wanted to, I want to check this with a standard block above it. Now I've made it's also, that's a 3x3, that's the one I want to try a 1x1. The 1x1 should work if it works on those blocks, but they may have nerfed this because it, let's be honest, it's a little bit OP. So I'm going to take you, and I'm going to take you. You just stay there and do whatever you're doing. And I'm going to put you here. So it's moving a whole 4 blocks. And we are going to put you there, and we're going to make that my target. And then we're going to pop you, no, I'm going to make that my target, just make sure I'm still on the right one. And then we've got that, and we should have 5000 LP, so that worked. And it used a very, very tiny amount of LP. So, get rid of you. Well, actually, you can leave you there, can't we? Because it should swap between the 2 points. Now, it may, as I say, it may be that this is turned off. If it is turned off, we may be able to turn it on in the configs, in which case I probably will. It's one of the features of Blood Magic that I actually do like. I do like to be able to move these things around. See that? No. Failed. Okay, I'm going to check that out. Be back in a moment. Alright, it was in fact blacklisted. So yeah, that is the thing. We are going to quickly mark that one. That should be updated, and we're going to bring this over to our world. We're not going to use it today because there's a lot. Blood Magic is one of those mods that requires a lot of preparation to get to a point where you can again. And of course, the other thing is we have been bum rushing the tier 4 altar. You know, we've kind of skipped a lot of the things. We've not done any of the garden, the incense burners and things like that allow you to vastly improve your blood production, because, you know, apart from the lack of food, we're largely okay with it. Now, what I am thinking here temporarily is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then there, that's 4, and then 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be a 9 by 9. So the spawners should function quite normally. What I don't really want is a whole bunch of cave spiders running around out here. Not that they're any great threat, but you know, they're enough of a pain in the backside that you don't really want to have to be dealing with them all the time. So it occurs to me that the best way to handle that is to put them under ice, so to speak, and probably quickly sleep off the night here, while we hopefully have an improved mod pack, world gen and all the other things. So if I wanted to go down, say, a couple, like a zoo, I don't think I've got any mass excavation. Oh, well, I have actually, haven't I? If I do that, that's not strictly speaking true. I can do this. And then we can grab you. You are in quarry. No, you need to be in hammer time. Like a so, and then do that. And then do this. Oh, out of juice. Don't need a lot though. That should do the trick there. I need to get rid of some of this junk, just temporarily. And then we're going to place you down here, like a zoo. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll stick you in there. We're going to stick the button on there and pow. And then grab those. Now, obviously, he can't spawn right now, so which is good. And what I would want to do then, because I'm going to probably want a second. So that's one, that's there. So that's going to be, yeah, let's just do one like that. And put the flag that, and then let's go back and get the other one while we're at it. Cave spider's not the best thing for a well of suffering, but they'll do. They're not the worst either. I mean, the best thing for a well of suffering is a witch, and witch is going to be a little bit more tricky. Alright, a lot more tricky. Because I don't think I've got anything that will actually allow me to capture entities. We need to come back over here anyway, because we're going to do that, and then we're going to come down here. We've got a little bit of torch action just to keep this area reasonably safe from interference. And then we can, oh wow, that was quite a good chest as well actually. Pop you there, pop you in, pop you on, press the button, grab that, and come in here, and then go, we don't want you, we don't want you, we don't really want you. What else do I not want? Don't really want that. Yeah, ignite, don't really want it. Scroll of wither and a scroll we don't know. Okay, identify scroll is nice, that's good. I wish that turkey would go away. Teleposition, button, and teleposer. Good, all sorted. So that gives us 2 spawners for life generation. It's not, as I say, it's not ideal. It's however not a major issue either. It kind of swings and roundabouts, so yeah, we'll see how we go with that. What we could do with doing is getting that all underwater, of course. I don't know that I have a bucket, that's not a great deal of a consolation when you're doing this, but there you go. There's probably water closer by anyway. What the idea is, if I place them underwater, then it's there's at least that. Now, what I could do here actually before we do that is place you there, put that as my target, pop that in, no, pop that in there with the button, move it down, and then grab all of the teleposers and the teleposition focus and just pop a little bit of, and the button, of course, got to keep the button is vitally important, and then we can just put this lot underwater, which is relative. I can find a water source somewhere. There must be a water source somewhere. Come on, there's one in here, isn't there? Yeah, and then it'll just contain the spawns while we get ready to use them. So I'm going to very quickly do that, and I shall be back in a moment. Alright, there we go. That's oops, 2 spawners. Let's go under here and get a little screenshot. I don't know what the hell we'll call this episode, but there you go. But we have got, so far we've had no issues with lag. That seems to be a good thing. We've now got spawners. We've got a tier 4 altar. The next thing we're going to need to do is get higher tier orbs. So the weak blood orb, let's say if we have a look at the orb, for example, let's just go that way. Orb. So apprentice blood orb requires a tier 2 with 5,000 block of redstone. Doddle. The magician's blood orb, level 3 and 25,000 LP. Now here's your issue. Here is your big problem. That is more than we can get in there unless we get into capacity runes. So if we have a look at the runes, there's an efficiency, sacrifice, displacement, rune of capacity, which requires imbued slates, which are a tier 3 and 5,000, and a rune of capacity increases the capacity of the blood altar. I can't remember the exact numbers. It's not a huge amount, however. There are some more advanced runes, as I recall. I thought maybe there aren't. I thought maybe they're not in this image. Charging acceleration. I'm fair. Rune of the orb. Yeah, I think that's your capacity orb. It's augmented capacity. That's the one, and that needs a demonic slate, which requires a tier 5 altar. Yeah. Augmented, but that one is doable. It only requires those, which is 5 plus 2, it's 8,000 per, so we can make them. It's painful, and but we're going to have to do that to get to the tier 3 orb. Now the actual ritual stones are a different thing again entirely, because we're going to need a master ritual stone, which is going to require 4 ritual stones and some of that, and a tier 3 blood orb, I think it is, you need there. Ritual stone itself requires reinforced slates and a slightly lower one. And then you're probably going to want a ritual diviner, which is going to require you to make all of these, and you're almost certainly going to want to have the dusk runes, because the ritual for itself, the well of suffering, requires dusk runes. So yeah, still a long way to go, but I'm quite liking the look of this room now. It's starting to get a feel. I may try and come up with some blood magic banners to hang around the place, do something just to make it further, but yeah, it's kind of got that feel, that bad vibe to it, so I'm happy enough. Anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye for now, and see you soon.